Now that's technology. Great. So what I do is I help small and medium-sized businesses tell their story. Now their story could be an oral story, the story could be something in print, it could be anything. But tonight, we're going to talk about you, not me. Who here has ever been in a situation, it could be in a bar, it could be at work, where you're face-to-face with someone you need to talk to, it could be your boss, it could be somebody you want to do business with, and they say, so tell me about yourself. What do you say? Do you know what you're going to say? Hopefully after this little bit you will. So let's get started here. Elevator speech. The reason why it's called an elevator speech is because you want to be able to say what you need to say effectively by the time you get to the third or fourth or fifth floor, because that's when you're going to get off the elevator. And that's your chance to make an impression on the people you're talking to. So your boss asks you, what's the latest project you're working on? What do you say? You meet a client that you've been trying to get on the phone for weeks at the shopping center. You're face-to-face with them. What do you say? You meet that special person at the bar you've been trying to get to talk to for a while. What do you say? Do you figure that it's going to come to you magically? No. You need to have something prepared. When you're in a social situation, it's easy. You talk about your kids, you talk about your work, you talk about politics, you talk about your favorite TV show. But that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about being able to effectively communicate an important idea in a very short amount of time. You don't have time to talk about the weather. You have to be specific. Time is your enemy. If you only have 30 seconds, 60 seconds, or 2 minutes to say what you need to say, that could change your life. Your boss asks you your opinion about a certain idea that the company is doing, a direction. If you effectively communicate your idea to your boss, it could change your career. But if you say, I don't know, or let me think about it, or I'll get back to you with an email, it doesn't have the same impression. It doesn't leave the same impression. You don't get a second chance to make a first impression. So you have to be prepared. Now, how do you prepare? Simple. You don't want to leave people like that. So the trick is to know, I'm going fast because Stanley says I don't have much time. Sorry. I'm moving to the good parts. That's not a radio station. It's what's in it for them. So the first thing you need to do when you're developing your elevator speech, you're not going to do it here, but when you're developing it, have what's in it for them in your mind. Write it down, write a few things down. But know what they want and be prepared to be able to give it to them. Who knows what that stands for? KISS. Come on, somebody here knows what it stands for.
Keep it simple. Keep it simple.
Well, keep it simple, right. The idea is to keep it simple. If you try to get too complicated, too complex with your answer, it's not going to work. And this one, call to action. You want to make sure that at the end of your elevator speech, you've given them something that they have to do for you or do with you. Get a business card, get an email address, get a phone number, hopefully get her phone number. But you want to be able to have a call to action. Don't just leave it neutral. Make sure there's an agreement that we are going to do something to move this forward. You've opened the door, now you got to walk through it. That's the idea. Don't be afraid. If you're not prepared, you will be afraid. If you are prepared with these simple rules, you won't be afraid. you'll be able to effectively communicate what you need to say in 30 seconds or less. And that's it. Thank you very much, everyone.